Hey, this is Steve from Our Lady Peace, and I use SIT strings of all sorts on all kinds of different instruments of mine. Every single string that I touch is SIT, and every one of them is awesome, and I don't feel a need to ever go anywhere else. I don't actually. Yeah, it was kind of like, I think my dad took some accordion lessons when he was a kid, but my mom, not really. I was super young. I was 7 years old when I started taking lessons, and it kind of wasn't even my choice at first. My sisters were taking piano lessons, and my mom was like, "Oh, how about we have you play guitar? It'll be good for you to keep you like well-rounded." And I was only sort of into it for a few years, but all of a sudden one day my guitar teacher walked in and he was playing like a lick from La Bamba. And I was like, "How'd you do that? I heard that song on the radio, I love that." He's like, "Oh, here, you can do it like that." Before that I was just playing like Mary Had a Little Lamb, so once I realized I could play songs that I heard on the radio, then all of a sudden the grades started to drop. And it was kind of all over at that point. Got bit by the bug at that point. When I first started playing, I was, I think the very first thing I was into was like seeing music videos and being into, we got the Canadian channel where I was, so Bryan Adams would be on there, and Duran Duran, and I love that stuff. But then I think the first band I went nuts for was like Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. When that came out, I was like, I was kind of really into that, and I think those were some of the earlier ones. And after that I got really into Pantera, and then thank God someone, I still love Pantera, but like my guitar teacher introduced me to like Beatles, and I kind of just got into that stuff from there. Today, boy, I'm always revisiting the stuff I love all the time. You can always keep going back and finding gems. Brian May is probably my favorite guitar player ever, so I'm always going back and restudying his stuff. I love John Frusciante, actually, of the Chili Peppers. Well, I guess now he's not with them anymore, but I love him, and boy, I've drawn a blank. I mean, I just love Neil Young, and love Radiohead. I mean, that's one band that's still making incredible music, even though they've been around forever. Funky Joe. Or wait, no. Funkapus. That was the very first one. It was Funkapus. Oh man, I guess I feel lucky because both are totally separate and equal challenges. The studio, everything's got to be perfectly in tune, in time, which is a challenge for me. And live, it's like stuff doesn't have to be perfect in that way, but you have to mentally keep it together, and you have to be inspired and relaxed. Whereas the studio, if you're not feeling inspired or relaxed at the moment, you can take a break and come back to it. So they're totally two different challenges. I can't say I like one better than the other. I think you kind of have to. It's a great question. There's music and a music business, that's for sure. And I feel like you kind of have to separate the two. And sometimes there's certain things that, because of the business, that frustrate you. You have to find other outlets to keep you going, so you don't get frustrated with the music business. So I think all of us in our band, in Our Lady Peace, we do things outside of the band as well, just because sometimes stuff with the business can get tough. So it's good to have an outside outlet. I would say the biggest thing is to get in a band. It's like every hour you spend playing in a band, that's equal to like 20 hours to sit in your room. Like, you gotta sit in your room and practice, but when you play with a band, that's when you really figure out what you gotta do. Oh man, a friend of mine had some. He said, "Hey, you should check these out." And I'm like, "Oh, I hadn't really heard of them." And I think it was just these, the Powerlines. Check it out. And he gave me a set just to try, and to me it felt just as good, if not better, than the other more expensive whatever other brand name I was using. And I was like, well, dang, man, if I can use these, and you guys are always cool about, like, you know, get me the strings I need. I was like, this is it's just funny. It was just as good and actually better than the other strings I was playing at the time, even though I hadn't quite heard of the brand as much. So to me, it's kind of like, who cares what's a bigger name if it works for you, you know? If it's great, then the proof is in the pudding. I mean, the power wounds here are great. It just seems like an all-around great rock or blues, everything kind of string. I mean, I do a lot of stuff outside of my band where I'm doing different kinds of styles and shit, and it's like, yeah, these work great. And then for acoustic, I don't know, the Royal Bronze are, I don't know, they just work for me.
You looked at me as you walked in the room.
You know what, honestly, I just want to make stuff that where I feel fulfilled by it at the end of the day. You know, I don't really care. I've had just as fulfilling of moments being in my basement working with my buddy when I was 14 as I have now. And to me, it's all about just that fulfilled feeling that you get of, like, working hard at something. I just want to make music I'm proud of.
Oh, you did was save